If you follow hip-hop trends, I doubt NLE Choppa needs any introduction. This guy's been swimming in cash since he was 17. And his very first hit? Yeah, it cruised straight into the top 40 on the Billboard Hot 100. But hold up, if you think he's only famous for his tracks, you might need to give that another thought, because we live in an era where drama sells faster than talent, and NLE has been accused of stirring up drama just to stay relevant. And honestly, it works like a charm. So if you're not familiar with the shady side of NLE Choppa, how he shot to fame, and why he's one of the most controversial, stick around, because this video is about to reveal it all. So let's get one thing straight. NLE Choppa didn't just rise to fame, he catapulted into it like someone threw dynamite at his career. His breakthrough moment was when he released Shada Flow.
I am a beast, you cannot time it, don't point a finger, this shit can get done. These niggas hate, these niggas.
Back in 2019. This track was pure chaos in the best way possible. He went from a regular teenager to a chart-topping sensation faster than you have seen anything going viral. Fans ate it up. The industry couldn't ignore him. But staying on top, that's where it gets tricky. And Choppa has mastered the art of keeping everyone watching. By May 2019, Shada Flow was certified platinum by the RIAA. Yeah, platinum. And for a guy who'd only been seriously making music for a year, he landed on the Billboard Hot 100, with the song hitting the top 40. And if you thought Shada Flow was a one-and-done situation, think again. He turned that success into a whole series.
I hop on the beat and you know I'ma kill it. My nigga lose schools, you know that they drilling. I run on my money.
Shada Flow 2, Shada Flow 3, you name it. And then came his EP, Cottonwood.
Well out the water. She caught me a jet ski. She said that I'm
in December of 2019, named after the street he grew up on. This wasn't some random viral sensation that got lucky with a hit. He was showing people he had depth. The EP featured the original Shada Flow and even had a remix with Blueface, just in case anyone doubted his place in the game. What made Cottonwood hit harder wasn't just the songs, it was the message. When he signed with Warner Records, he pulled off what most artists dream of. He retained ownership of his master recordings. That's a next level business move. Most artists have to fight tooth and nail to get control over their masters, but Choppa, he made sure he had it right from the start. Not long after Cottonwood, NLE Choppa dropped his debut studio album, Top Shada, in August 2020. This wasn't just an album, it was a bigger, shinier version of what he'd already started. Tracks like Walk 'Em Down,
we ain't hesitating, bullies get the blazing. I'ma lay him down like he in a line.
Featuring Roddy Ricch, proved that Choppa could hold his own alongside rap heavyweights. The album debuted at number 10 on the Billboard 200. Top 10, people. That's not something most teenagers can say. Speaking of evolution, let's rewind a bit when he was still Y&R Choppa, dropping his first mixtape, No Love, The Takeover, in 2018. He was raw and unpolished back then, but you could see the potential. Fast forward to 2022, and his fifth mixtape, Me vs. Me,
Said I was done, I'm back at it again. Back in the car, we spinning the bin. Slide on your man, I'ma shoot.
Wasn't just an evolution, it was a declaration. And through it all, Choppa had never forgotten his roots. He still got one foot planted in the streets that made him. And let's not forget, he's only 21. Most people his age are still figuring out what they want to do with their lives. But Choppa, he already owned his masters, dropped chart-topping albums, and turned controversy into a career tool. The guy's playing a long game that even industry veterans are trying to catch up with. Now, here's where it gets fun. Because if you think his music is the only thing keeping him in the headlines, you're sorely mistaken. The guy has a PhD in stirring up controversy, and honestly, it works like a charm every single time. Just look at what happened in September 2024. This man sent social media into a full-blown meltdown with nothing but a few minor selfies and a cryptic caption that read, "I'm coming out." People immediately jumped to conclusions. Was he making some big reveal about his sexuality? Oh, social media was eating it up. Everyone had an opinion. Fans were going crazy. Half of them were convinced that Choppa was coming out as gay, while the other half thought he was just trolling, because the guy loves to mess with people. And this is where things got messy. The timing was suspicious too. He'd just performed at a Black Pride event in Atlanta, supporting the LGBTQ+ community, so people were really starting to connect the dots. Was this some genuine statement, or was Choppa just out here playing with fire again? A few hours later, he finally spilled the beans. And surprise, surprise, it had nothing to do with his sexuality. Nope, it was just him hyping up his new single, or What, and his upcoming album, which was dropping at the end of the month. And you can guess how that went down. Fans were not having it. They were furious, and the internet exploded. Accusations of queerbaiting came flying in, especially from the LGBTQ+ community, who felt like he'd used a sensitive issue to drum up attention for his album. Terms like corny and desperate were tossed around, and it didn't stop there. His baby mama, Marissa Dene, decided to jump into the mess too. She was quick to shut down the rumors, saying everyone was taking this way too seriously, and Choppa was just being playful like he always is. But let's be honest, social media doesn't care about being playful. People were already upset, and once the outrage train starts, there's no stopping it. But Choppa doesn't care about it all, because another banger came in August 2020, when he launched his YouTube channel, Awaken Choppa. And no, it wasn't more of his usual rap content. Instead of bars about guns, it was all about leafy greens, meditation, and finding inner peace. Fans were like, wait, what? Because just a minute ago, this guy was going viral for songs packed with raw, aggressive energy. Now he's out here preaching about the benefits of going plant-based. And if you thought this was just him hopping on a health trend, think again. Choppa wasn't just eating his veggies, he was all in on the holistic lifestyle. He even claimed to have cured someone's cancer using natural remedies. No proof, no medical receipts, just straight up confidence. And of course, that sparked a whole storm of debate. People were like, did he really just say that? But Choppa stood by his word. And one thing that triggered fans was that Choppa built his career on aggressive, high-energy tracks. His lyrics were full of street references and violence, and that's what his fans loved him for. So when he started posting about veganism and chakras, it felt like a complete 180. Could the guy who rapped about walking him down really be the same one preaching about the healing power of plants? The contrast was wild, and it had everyone wondering if this was the real Choppa or just a rebrand. The timing of his awakening wasn't lost on anyone either. In the middle of 2020, with the world deep in the COVID-19 pandemic, people were looking for ways to stay healthy and boost their immune systems. Choppa jumped on that wave with his anti-vaccine opinions and focus on natural remedies, tapping into a conversation that was already heated. Some fans were all about it, while others were skeptical. In interviews, Choppa doubled down, saying he was stepping away from violent lyrics because he didn't want to glorify that lifestyle anymore. He wanted to spread positivity. And then, just 2 months after his confession, he dropped the mixtape From Dark to Light. The cover, it had him in a full meditative pose, with butterflies and a rainbow, a complete shift from the typical rap album aesthetic. In March 2021, he got arrested for burglary, drug, and weapon charges. It was like the universe sent a reminder that Choppa wasn't done with the life he claimed to be moving away from. And of course, the arrest raised even more questions. Was the whole Awaken Choppa thing real, or was it just another phase to keep people talking? Fast forward to 2024, and Choppa is far from meditative. Instead of the healing crystals and plant-based diet, we're getting hit with the final chapter of his Slut Me Out trilogy. Yeah, Slut Me Out 3 dropped in 2024, making the big finale to a series that's been equal parts controversial and wildly popular with its core fans.
Okay, PJ on the wait, my dick awake. Can I fuck on your friend while I wait?
These tracks are about as far from subtle as you can get, full of provocative, no apologies lyrics that basically scream, I do what I want. Fans love it. Critics, not so much. But Choppa, he couldn't care less. And one more thing is going to happen that will shock you for sure. So to be honest, if someone had told you in 2019 that Choppa would be collaborating with Katy Perry, you probably laughed him out of the room. But now it's happening in reality. Even after the controversies, the arrest, and the shifting personas, he's still evolving, still finding ways to keep his career moving forward. This move could be the one that propels him into full mainstream success. And while we wait to see how it plays out, it's clear that Choppa's learned how to roll with the punches, reinventing himself every step of the way. So, what's your favorite thing about NLE Choppa? And what do you think is totally overrated? Hit up the comments with your thoughts. I want to know. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and smash that like button if you're vibing with the content.